G'day, if you've ever wanted a free cover crop mix that includes species from 46 different cover crop species and considers the limitations of your soil, climate, and a few other factors, then this video is for you, because I have made a cover crop mixer which is completely free on our website, and in the end you get a beautiful cover crop recommendation, tells you the suitability for your goals and your area, as well as a few other recommendations. Cool, so today I'm going to show you exactly how to use our cover crop mixer and how to read the report. So the very first thing you want to do is head over to our website at agresol.com.au. You'll land here on our homepage. Basically, we want to scroll down past our services to our free tools for farmers. Now these are free forever as part of our commitment to helping everyone regenerate their farms. So we have our free soil test, free Haney soil test, free sap test, and then finally our cover crop mixer. So if you click onto this, it takes you to the cover crop mixer page. Quick little how to use. So what our cover crop mixer does is we have a database of 46 different species, which eventually we'll add to it when we find new cover crop species to add. We give it a score on a whole range of different goals and limitations that that specific species can grow well in. And so really quick, the cover crop goals include weed suppression, nitrogen fixation, recover nutrients, biofumigation, improve soil health, reduce erosion, provide lasting residue, break topsoil compaction, break subsoil compaction, provide supplemental grazing, attract beneficial insects, and mycorrhizal fungi growth. So in terms of what you can do, you can select up to 3 of those. You have a primary, secondary, and then tertiary goal. The primary goal is the most important. The cover crop mixer will weight your primary goal the strongest, then your secondary goal, then your tertiary goal. So it's important to list them in order of priority. And then finally, we have soil or environmental limitations. Simply, you select if any of these apply, and it will only select species that can grow in these environments. So we have whether or not they can tolerate heat, drought, frost, water logging, low fertility, soil salinity, acidic soils, and basic soils. So in terms of the actual mixer, it's just a Google form here. What you do, you enter in your information, and then it goes into a Google sheet that has a calculator in it, and it creates a form, or this form, and then it emails it to you. So what you want to do is just enter your email in, your name. Now, the very first thing is rainfall. It's important to select the rainfall because this will determine what species can be used. So for our hypothetical situation, we're going to be building a cover crop mix that we're going to plant straight after harvesting wheat in Dubbo area. The aim of this is to provide, or is to suppress weeds and so break up topsoil compaction and let's go another one, recover nutrients. So Dubbo, let's just say it's between 300 and 500. Now, because we're going to put it, say just after harvesting, we probably want to trend more towards warm season. So the seasons is whether or not it's a C3 or C4. You don't have to pick this. You can, it's option, it works regardless. So if you want as much biodiversity as possible, you don't have to pick either. If you want warm over cold, then do that. Maximum species, you can choose a maximum of 20. For this one, we're just going to use 10, which is our default. So if you don't put anything in, it'll go to default. If you want to maximize diversity, what I would recommend is not selecting any season requirements and then maxing this out at 20. So our first goal. We wanted weed suppression. Now you can pick from any of these, doesn't really matter. Secondary goal, we wanted break topsoil compaction. And then finally, our tertiary goal, we wanted to recover nutrients. So my thinking in terms of this cover crop is that we want to reduce the amount of weeds growing over our fallow. We also want to break some topsoil compaction and improve some infiltration. And then finally, we want to recover some of that nutrients that we apply with the wheat so we can make sure it's available for the next season. Finally, we're going to select up to 2 limitations if they apply to your farm. If they don't apply to your farm, don't select any. This calculator still works. So for this one, because we're growing it over summer, we don't want to dry out the profile too much. We're going to apply drought, which means the species that come back will can perform under low water environments. And then we're not going to select another one. You can if that applies. Finally, we submit the form, and then we'll have a nice thank you message, and then we'll get emailed our report. So once we get email report, we'll come up looking like this. Firstly, we have our metadata, so the client, which is you, report date, the season mix, so it'll either be warm, cool, or both, rainfall, and the number of species selected. So the very first part of the cover crop mix is the mix analysis, which we have our 3 goals here, and it will give us a score on the suitability of the custom cover crop mix relative to your goals. And so you can see here the ranking for our suitability. In the lowest case, we have a poor suitability. If you get this, we probably failed our job or it was too specific. For less than 20% suitability, and then 20 and 40, 40 to 60. Once it's past 60, it's pretty good. So 60 to 80, and then 80 to 100. So if you can get something in here, that's fantastic. But generally, the report will probably produce something in that 60 to 80 zone. So you can see here, how good is this mix at suppressing weeds? Well, it's 66.5% good, or that's the score. So it sits in that great category. Breaking topsoils, it's excellent. Recovering nutrients, it's great. Drought resilience, it's excellent. So then finally, we have a weighed overall suitability depending on your goals, and we have a 70% suitability. So that's pretty good. That's looking at great. Next, we have a mixed carbon to nitrogen ratio. This is useful for estimating the lasting residue. The higher this number is, the longer it will last, and the lower that number is, the faster it will break down. Next, we have a number of families included in the mix, which is 4. And then we actually get to our recommendation, or the mix itself. So down here we have our species, then we have the family of which it's included. It's recommended to have at least 4 different families. Sometimes it can be difficult, and you can add additional species in with this mix for additional diversity. But currently this is what we have. Now we have the percentage of each species of the mix, and then we have the sowing rate in kilos per hectare of that particular species, and then we have the actual suitability of that species relative to our goals. So you can see here, species that have a higher suitability, and this is all ranked by suitability, by the way, species that have a higher suitability will have a higher percentage of the mix to make sure you achieve the goals that you set out to do. So you can see here, Sudan grass, sorghum, Sudan grass, all in the top 3, making up 35-ish% of the overall mix. So this is pretty good grass base to the cover crop mix. It'll really help with weed suppression. Next is okra. Okra is a really cool crop, really good taproot. Also part of the marshmallow family or the cotton family. Really cool crop. Sun hemp and cowpeas got a bit of nitrogen fixation, I guess, but these both have that really nice taproot. Millet, a bit more grasses, mung beans, sunflowers, safflower. So like a really good mix of everything, helping to suppress weeds, break up that compaction layer. So that's it for this page. We have a second page here, which has all categories. So if you're interested in reusing this mix or seeing how it compares in the other categories, we've included that as well. So weed suppression, nitrogen fixation, sitting at that okay mark, not poor, but okay. This mix isn't aimed to maximize nitrogen fixation. There are a few legumes in it, but it's not maximizing it. So can be helpful, can be good, just important to note. Biofumigation, not great. Improve soil health, great. Reduce erosion, great. Provide lasting residue, that's a good one. That's a good benefit we got. Not so much selecting from it, just a byproduct. Possible to graze, break subsoil compaction as well, which is really good. Microbes and fungi. Now the other thing is we also include all limitations and the suitability of that cover crop for all limitations. You can see here, heat was maximized like really, really well. Frost, not so much, so really important to kind of consider when you're planting. But considering we're going to do it after harvest, wouldn't be much of a worry. Waterlogging, just make sure your crop's that paddock isn't going to get waterlogged. Low fertility is all right. Soil salinity is okay. Acid basic soil is okay. Now, finally, we have other custom recommendations that automatically come up depending on your goals. So for this one, we recommend a seed treatment. And so a lot of these will have links to different things. So for example, our seed treatment video. So you can go check out seed treatments. We recommend adding a seed treatment to this one to get the most out of your cover crop. If you're going to spend all that money on a cover crop, you might as well get the most out of it. So spending another $7 or so a hectare to maximize the benefit you get from a cover crop, I think is really worthwhile. And likewise, just adding a generic or general foliar application of minerals to boost photosynthesis also would help get the most out of your cover crop. Finally, if you need help with your cover crops and maximizing the benefit you get from your cover crops, make sure to book a free consultation with us. We can go through either how to maximize the benefit you're going to get from a cover crop, or what we typically do is go over 5 different ways you can optimize your production with regenerative agriculture, which is something we specialize in. Well, I hope that helps. Feel free to use the calculator as much as you want. It's a free tool for you to use. Again, thanks so much for watching. My name's Teal Simmons from Agresol. Cheers.